Welcome back, boys and girls. I have the information that we should be going live shortly, so sit tight, fasten your seatbelt. It's gonna be a hell of a ride. HellRaisers versus NiP in the second match here in this technically two best of ones. NiP in sort of a English, you know, it's a tough language. Sort of miracle work here by NiP on map 1. Very, very nice comeback. HellRaisers, they took the lead fairly early into the first half. They maintained that lead for the entirety of the first half. 13-2. That's a lie. 12-3 was the halftime score. And HellRaisers, they managed to pick up the second half pistol as well. But after that, it was pretty much the NiP game. They took full control and they managed to make that comeback happen and actually win on terrain. Now, as I mentioned, and as you can see, we are going to head into cash shortly. HellRaisers versus NiP. And as I mentioned in the chat room as well, maybe some of you didn't notice, but I mentioned that in my honest opinion, I do feel like cash is a better map for NiP than terrain is. And I think this map is going to be a tough one for HellRaisers. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, that's for sure. Obviously, here on Cash, it's not the same. No, it's not the same storyline as on Train. Train is a fairly heavy CT-sided map, and that means that a lot of times we see a very dull, very boring, so to speak, first half. And then, you know, a really good comeback in the second half, making it very interesting at the very end of the game. Whereas on a map like Cash, we usually see, you know, following along quite nicely throughout the entire game. So I hope this is going to be a bit more interesting than map 1. With that being said, in my opinion, map 1 was still very interesting. We saw a lot of great kills from both teams, a lot of good decision making, and a really nice comeback from NiP. As you can see, we are going to go live. NiP, they are going to be starting on the CT side and HellRaisers on T side. As I mentioned, it's not super heavy CT-sided map. With that being said, I would still suggest that this is a CT-sided map. The most common scoreline that I typically see when I watch games and when I cast games here on Cash is somewhat close to 9-6 for the CT side. It really depends on how good, how strong the team is on their T side, how well they are executing their strats. That is what it comes down to here for HellRaisers. They are lining up what seems to be an A fake. Quite interesting setup here for NiP. They only have one defender over towards the B bomb site. Drake can quick flank up towards A, but it is merely a fake, as I mentioned. And only one defender over on B. He's gonna get smoked out. Molly as well. Get right in towards Checkers. For some weird reason that name was completely alien to me. No bomb plant here for HellRaisers, and they were actually attempting to get that bomb plant, but didn't manage to secure it. Just like that, NiP, they pick up the pistol, even though they sort of got faked out by that B take. An unfortunate turn of events here for HellRaisers. Didn't manage to connect the shots in time. NiP picking up the pistol. HellRaisers on a force buy, seeing as they didn't get the bomb down. I can see from the corner of my eye that all of the matches should be live at this point. If you want to follow any of the other matches, you can go to the ESL YouTube channel and you can find all of the live streams there. Or you can go to HLTV and find the exact match that you're looking for. Click on the ESL stream. Unless you want to watch in other language, of course. More than welcome to. HellRaisers, bit of a slow start to this round. It seems like they are lining up for a mid to A split. 3 players moving up highway. Two players on the backside of A main. Good job here by Forest. Really good positioning. Getting a bit of help from Exist as well. Draken, he takes care of Angel in towards A main. Get right. Finds Deco in middle. Draken, second kill for him. Dead Fox goes down. Clean round here for NiP. Second round on the board. Gives them a decent amount of money to work with, seeing as they got a good amount of kills on their UMPs and assorted SMGs. A better word. A better sentence, I suppose. Low buy coming in from HellRaisers. Ensure they have enough money for the upcoming round. Draken already taking a good amount of damage, actually. This taking a decent amount of damage as well. Draken, beautiful double kill. Bondic, he lines them up. Almost gets the triple. He gets the double on Draken and Exist, and it's only with a Glock. It's Deco. He's now going to be left alone. 1-on-3 situation, but actually a decent amount of damage done here by, well, technically only by Bondic. With that being said, it doesn't really matter too much, seeing as NiP got so many kills on SMGs. And it was the SMGs who lost their life. Get right, he doesn't really need to peek here. If he goes down, he needs his teammate to pick up his M4. Mate, doesn't connect. Ooh, Get right does go down. They need to pick up that M4, as I mentioned. We'll be able to do so. Now, as I've mentioned many times, and I've got a lot of hate for this, please let me finish. But I actually prefer... So in that round you saw that NiP, they lost 3 players, but they still managed to pick up the M4. Now, if they had a clean round up against those pistols from HellRaisers, that would have meant that NiP needed to spend a good amount of money to upgrade from SMGs to rifles. Now, obviously, they would have had their armor and a bit of utility to spare from the previous round, but sometimes we tend to see teams, you know, save those SMGs and go for some sort of a bonus round, I think, you know, most casters call it nowadays. And I'm not a big fan of those bonus rounds. I really think it hurts more than than you benefit from it. That's just my personal 2 cents. Economy-wise, it's definitely better to go for that bonus round. That's for sure. Either way, 3-0 on the board here for NiP. Forest still with that UMP from the previous round. Got an AWP on Draken. Terrible. Was that a mid-smoke? Probably the worst mid-connector smoke I've ever seen. That was really bad. I mean, they're not getting challenged from middle, so it doesn't matter too much. Forest jumps up on top. The highway. Eco, he finds the kill on Freiburg in towards the B bomb site. Good split of attention here from HellRaisers, but they need to hurry up. They need to get in towards the side and get the bomb down. Oh, they managed to do it just in time, Steeko. Nice try here from Get Right, I will admit, but Steeko still managed to shut him down. Now he goes down to Forest. Forest with the double kill. The bomb has been planted. 2-on-2 situation. Draken on the high grounds with his AWP. Flash into play in Forest. Watching for that flank. He knows exactly where Bondig is. They know that Dead Fox is on the side as well. They should potentially team up against the side instead of taking two 1-on-1 situations. I don't think this is good for NiP, but with that being said, Draken, he managed to get one. Dead Fox now left alone with not too much time to work with, but Draken, does he have the time? I think not. You realize there's no time for him to play with. Goes down to the bomb. HellRaisers picks up the round. As I mentioned, in a situation like that, I would like to see more teams go for 2-on-1s potentially, rather than individual 1-on-1 situations. So you saw So, one of the players over towards Bonding, out in Toxic area, or Sunroom, I think it's called. They were taking a one-on-one, and Draken on the side against Deadfox, they were taking a one-on-one as well. In my opinion, that's not beneficial for the team. Draken, beautiful double kill towards Deadfox, and Bondic takes a lot of damage, but he's still alive. With an AWP, he's still very much kicking. 3 players left here for HellRaisers already. Boost in towards the middle. Steeko and Angel going a bit aggressive towards the mid area. Draken gonna make his way back between the A and the B bomb site on the back side. Close towards the CT spawn, should say. Raisers just trying to cause a bit of a distraction in towards the middle. Seems like the end game for HellRaisers right now is to go towards the B bomb side. They are lining up for that exact play. Already 2 defenders over towards B and 2 very close for a rotation. At least 1 close for a rotation now. Zico, he finds the kill on Draken. Forrest takes Draken's spot and he gets a double. Almost a triple, but it is going to be Freiburg to shut down Angel. 4th round on the board for NiP, making it 4-1. Managed to pick up the AWP as well. As you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, HellRaisers, their economy is not looking good. And they're taking a bit of time to do this, but they decide to go for some sort of a force. It's kind of a weird buy, actually. 2 players sitting just above 1,000, and the rest of them fully forcing. Bit of a strange force buy here from HellRaisers, but it makes sense. They were sitting at, you know, around 1,700, all of them. And obviously, you can't buy with that for the upcoming round either way. Ooh, they block each other over towards the squeaky door. Do manage to get 2 kills out of it, but actually they managed to drop the AWP as well. That's going to hurt the economy quite a bit here for NiP. There's going to be another low buy for HellRaisers. Probably more or less a full eco. Could potentially see a few upgraded pistols. Already got 1 on Angel, and that's Deagle. Deagle on Steeko as well. Five, 1 on the board, as I mentioned, and Draken had to rebuy the AWP. I don't think it's that big of an issue here for NiP. Especially, as I mentioned, seeing that HellRaisers are on a low buy for this round. The double nade in towards Steeko, that's surely going to take him down. Get right and Forrest both chucking a nade in his direction. The wild spray down from Forrest, long distance spray down. I mean, he connects the shots, and that's what it's all about. That's the important part. Still not the prettiest. not the prettiest spray down, let's be honest. That was pretty dope. 0 goes down. Nice shots from Forrest up towards the boost. Deadfox trying to make his way in towards the A-bomb site. Draken already in good position with his AWP. Both players from HellRaisers actually over towards the A-bomb site. Bondic, he's going to go down to Forrest as well. That's a quad kill from Forrest. The eco killer. 6th round on the board for NiP. Once again, during this short break that we had between the 2 maps, I had the time to take a look on my Twitter, and I do appreciate all of you guys saying incredibly nice things about me on Twitter. I appreciate it a lot. And more than that, I really appreciate those of you who gave me some feedback on Twitter. That's what I typically use it for when I go sell out on stream. If you have any feedback on how the stream quality looks, or you know, the way that I'm commenting the match, please let me know on Twitter. HellRaisers again spreading out across the map. Good stuff here by Angel, but not good enough. Exist, he managed to survive on only 2 HP. He gets the kill on Angel as well. Good start once again for NiP. With that being said, 2 players fairly low, one of them incredibly low. Forest down to roughly 50. Exist barely alive. Molly doesn't connect incredibly well. Flash out. Great stuff here by Dead Fox, moving in with his flashbang. Right, in a lot of trouble over by Quad. He goes down to Dead Fox. Forest finds the kill on Dead Fox, but Zero with a double kill on Forest and Exist. Freiburg, he's now going to be left alone. 1-on-3 situation. Gonna be a tough task for him. Quickly making his way in towards this side, but already down to 16 HP. The bomb has been planted. Trying his very best for a pop flash. For a peek with it. But double peek coming in from HellRaisers. They pick up the second round for them. 6-2. Still a decent amount of money for NiP. Will be able to buy up for this round, but after this, they're pretty much broke, actually. They got 2 players who should be able to buy up for the next round if they lose this one, or even if they lose some players for this one. But this gives a pretty good opportunity here for HellRaisers. Draken shuts down the opportunity as if it was his job. AWP in hands, takes care of Dead Fox and Angel. Once again, back in the hands of NiP. The 2 on the board, as I've mentioned. Bomb. And HellRaisers close towards the B bomb side. That's pretty great. Get right. The spray down through checkers, and he finds the kill. Quick trade coming in from Stico, and he gets the plant as well. 2-on-2 situation. Forest making his way in through checkers. And through vents. On deck. Over by Sunroom. And this, again, this is the same exact situation as the last time NiP... Well, not last time. Time before that. The first round that NiP lost here on Cash. This was pretty much the exact same situation. 2 1-on-1s rather than 2 2-on-1s, potentially. Draken, once again, he's going to be the last man standing. Not much he can do. Pretty much the only thing he can do at this point is try to hold on to his weapon. That's going to be a tough one either way. He does manage to survive 4 HP, but... Bondic. Oh, Bondic almost catching him with the knife. Not quite, however. But HellRaisers, they do manage to pick up the 3rd round on the board. You see, some of you guys are questioning the 720 60 FPS stream. I will say that I wish I was able to stream in 1080p at 60 FPS. Unfortunately, ESL told me to keep it at 720p for this stream. I'm not entirely sure why, but I guess it was to make sure that we at least had a decent quality stream. But I'll let you know that I'm more than capable at streaming at 1080p. Hopefully we'll see that in the near future. 4-on-4 situation here as Get Right. He got the first kill. Quick trade coming in from Stico. HellRaisers now readdressing over towards the A-bomb site. Forest lining up by the truck. Trying for a wild spray down through the smoke. Not connecting his shots just yet. Moving in for a better position. He finds the kill on Stico. That's the bomb down as well. But Dead Fox returning the favor through the smoke. He catches Forest. Just on the high grounds. Trying to find his pick. And he spots the head of Bondek, takes him down to only 14 HP. Fox still over by the forklift. Trying his very best to cause for a bit of a distraction for his teammates to help him out. He takes a good amount of damage, and finally he will go down to Exist. Zero trying his very best, jumping in towards the forklift, but he goes down as well. Easy 3-on-3 retake from NiP. Draken, Exist, and Freiburg, all of them getting a kill. 7th round on the board for NiP. As I mentioned, this map, in my opinion, is definitely a better map for NiP than Train, and they're showing it right now. Granted, they are on the CT side, and HellRaisers, I've seen them have a lot of trouble on T side of cash before, but I've also seen them have like really good T sides on cash, so it's kind of a mix here with HellRaisers. Not looking good for them at this point, that's for sure. Still plenty of time to work with. Definitely not out of this one yet. But NiP, they are in the driving seat, that's for sure. See on the right hand side of your screen, HellRaisers don't really have that great of a buy, but they still, I mean, they managed to deal some damage towards Forest. I believe that was Angel, if I'm not completely mistaken, dealing some damage towards Forest. Forest will go down to Angel, and indeed it was. Once you would have seen that assist pop up on your screen. 4-on-4 situation, already pretty good here from HellRaisers, especially considering that they barely invested anything into this round. Assists, not gonna let it slip that easily. Ooh, was that team damage on Dead Fox? It might have been. Oh, actually it wasn't. He goes down to Draken Exist. He gets the double for the round, so does Get Right. Draken, he finds one of his own. 8-3. 5-round deficit here for HellRaisers, pretty much as we saw it the other way around on Train in the first half. Time around, it's NiP taking the lead, and in good fashion as well. Finally, HellRaisers will have enough money to buy up once more. They do have the AWP again on Dead Fox. I like to see some aggression over towards the squeaky door, but unfortunately it doesn't really pay off. You can see Draken taking a good chunk of damage. Goes down to 26 HP. Not really dealing any damage of his own. Up against Bond again, that basically a straight up one-on-one situation with a lot of walls in between them. Bit of an awkward spot. Again, HellRaisers slowing down. It's nice to see that they got good control on how much time they want to use to just try and bait out some action from NiP, but it's not really been working out for them this far into the game. Forest, good positioning up by the vents. He finds one, he finds two. Will get the third as well. All of them being headshots. Beautiful job here by Forest. That's a quad kill. Quick quad by Forest. All of them headshots on the unsilenced M4. Phonic, he's gonna fall to Exist. Almost a clean round here from NiP. Freiburg, the only one to lose his life, and Forest. What a play. 9-3 on the ball. I must admit, I question a bit why HellRaisers haven't called for a timeout yet. If I'm not completely mistaken, they have 2 timeouts per half, or 4 timeouts in total. If I'm not completely mistaken. I'm sure some of you guys in the chat know more about this than I do, even though I should have read up on it. I'm questioning why they're not calling for a timeout. They seem a bit disjointed here. That being said, Zero managing to get a beautiful 1-deke over towards the highway box. Sugar box, some people call it. White box. Got many names, and Zero, he's not done yet. Just let the Deagle do the work. There's something incredibly satisfying about 1-dekes. I hate it, but I love it. The biggest reason why I hate it is because they make it look so incredibly easy, and then when I pick up the deagle in-game, I look like a full-blown potato. Angel gonna go down to Freiberg. Zero, finally he falls. It's Forrest with the AWP. Forrest finds one more on towards Steadfox, switching over to the USP, finds Deco. That's another quad kill for Forrest. Back-to-back quadro kills. NiP, 10 on the scoreboard. Speaking of scoreboard, let's take a quick look at it at this point. We will see that Freiberg, his name is Forrest, sitting at the very top of it for NiP. 23 kills in just 13 rounds. That's quite impressive. Right below him, it's Draken on 17. 8 for Get Right, Exist on 7, and Freiberg on 6. Zico, quick entry up towards the middle. Finds the kill on Get Right. Forrest trying to peek that smoke. Could potentially yield trouble for him. Forrest will find one, but Steeko, quick trade. Assist. Good reaction to the door opening as well. He actually spots the player, will shut him down. Good job, Exist. And now it's all on Zero. He finds one on Draken. Still decent amount of HP. Ooh, what a shot on Freiberg. Exist on 1 HP. Zero. 1-on-3 situation. Down to a 1-on-1. Up against Exist. Exist. Oh, the mind games. This is beautiful. Zero obviously going for the open plan. Feels like he's got plenty of time to work with. Exist moving around out in middle, and Zero might hear him here. Trying to be a bit quiet so I can hear if Exist goes for... If he steps... He's on 1 HP, so sneaking is definitely the right choice. Zero. Camping. The good old 1.6 days where camping was my least favorite term. Zero should have this 1-on-3. And indeed he will. Beautiful stuff by Zero. Amazing headshots. Up on the A-bomb side. Quick succession, 2 of them. Then that was fairly easy job on Exist. Incredibly low on HP. Still, Zero goes down with the bomb, and that means again that... No, the economy is not that great for HellRaisers, but it is the final round of the first half. If they can pick up this round, that wouldn't be that bad for HellRaisers. They can make this 10-5. It would be quite okay. Wouldn't call it good. Definitely wouldn't call it great. Because it ain't. Forrest finds one. Freiberg as well. Angel with the trade on Forrest. Freiberg. Yet another for him. Burning alive, but Get Right shows up just in time to help him out. Steeko. He's now going to be left alone. 1-on-4 situation. Tough task in hands. Deals a bit of damage on Draken, Freiberg, and Get Right. All 3 of those fairly low on HP. Draken finally goes down. He's playing time here, Freiberg. Exactly what he needs to do. Or Steeko, the timing is not in his favor, it seems like. Actually, maybe it might be. Exist takes a bit of damage. That molly, just the right timing and the right plays from Get Right. NiP take the victory out of the first half, making it 11-4. We're gonna go on a short break. When we return, switching sides. So NiP now gonna be on T side, HellRaisers on the CT side. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back, boys and girls. As you can see, we are finally gonna go live with the second half between HellRaisers and NiP in map 2 on cash. The question here is, are they gonna split the two best of ones? Will NiP run a bit with the victory in both of them? Now, as I mentioned, NiP, they are gonna be on the T side here, and HellRaisers on CT. Like to see this traditional setup from HellRaisers. And beautiful shots from Angel. Connecting with the head on Draken and Exist. Bondic finding Get Right on top of the red crate. Forest retaliates on Deadfox. Finds another headshot on Angel. This is where the Glock does a lot of damage up close and personal. He finds a triple, all of them being headshots. Freiburg, he finds one on Stiko. Is that really gonna happen? A 2 on 5 potential upset. Potential clutch here from NiP, but nope. Zero got other plans. Is that all headshots in that pistol? I think it was. I think that was... Is that really 9 headshots in that pistol? Beautiful stuff either way from both teams. Quite impressive hold initially by HellRaisers. 2 players getting 3 kills. Quite fast, actually. Then... retaliation to, oh, the 2 pistol kings. I think that's safe to say from NiP. Zero showing up as well. Once again, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard as we're waiting for the players to, I'm not entirely sure what it is. I don't really think it's gonna be a tactical pause this early into the second half. It could be some, you know, we see this a lot of times actually, that some teams have a bit of a hard time, so to speak, to reset after a break, and they still feel like, you know, they lost too many rounds in the first half. That could be the case here for HellRaisers, just trying to calm the nerves and you know, reset mentally. But as I said, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard, see how it's turning out at this point. Forest still at the very top on 28 kills. Got 18 on Draken, 10 for Freiburg, and Get Right, 8 for Exist. On the other side, we have 12 for Zero, 11 for Stiko, 7 for Bondic, and 4 for Age and Deadfox. Have information by our lovely admin that it was indeed a technical pause from NiP. I'll live once more. 11 to 5. HellRaisers, they did manage to take the pistol. Good nade, really good nade. In fact, Bondic doing a lot of damage with that nade. Draken and Forest goes down, but get it right. Returns the favor on the UMP. Finds a double through the smoke. Bondic and Angel, they both fall. All of a sudden, it's a 3-on-3. Deadfox, he's gonna go down to Get Right as well. Get Right doing work with this UMP. Eco and Zero, 2-on-3 situation. Get Right, he's not done yet. That's a quad kill, trying to find the ace. Flashbang out. Get Right, still trying his very best, but Exist, he'll steal it right in front of his nose. Either way, NiP, that's the second time they do this. They lose the pistol, but they manage to pick up the second round right after that. Beautiful stuff by NiP, especially Get Right in that round. I believe it was him in the other round on Train as well, if I'm not completely mistaken. You guys will definitely let me know in the chat. I know for a fact that chat always knows more than I do. Feel free to correct me at any time. Deco. Beautiful double killing towards middle. Zero, he finds one as well. All of a sudden, a 2-on-2 situation. Actually, really good job here by HellRaisers. Just like that, it's all on Draken. 1-on-2 situation. He's up against Bondic and Deadfox. Bomb has not been spotted here from HellRaisers. Draken got it on his back. Okay, towards middle. They might try for... Ooh. That works. Draken finds the kill on Bondic. Maybe trying to fake out the sounds. I think that's what he's trying to do. And bouncing back towards the B-bomb site. Still haven't decided. Still plenty of time to work with. 1 minute on the clock. The mass in the hands of Draken. AK-47 in the hands of Deadfox. But he doesn't have armor. Definitely could hurt him in the long run. Know how strong the aim punch is. Hurts. Hurts a lot. Can't really control your aim if you get shot at without armor. Mind games here. Seems like Deadfox betting on the right side. Not able to connect the shots, dealing even more damage though. Not much HP left on Draken. Gonna go for the safe plant. There's not much time to work with. Flashbang out. That Draken can move to another position. Fox already close towards the side, but Draken low on HP. He still managed to find the kill on Deadfox. Clutch that 1-on-2 situation. NiP sitting in a good spot. Have a good opportunity to close this one out quickly. I do want to remind you guys, this is not over yet. HellRaisers, they still have a decent opportunity to get back into the game. But it's not looking pretty at this point. This should be 14-5 shortly. And as I say that, HellRaisers, they're actually on a force fight here. Could potentially cause for a bit of destruction. Bit of damage. Bit of a slow start to the round here from NiP. I think it caught them a bit off guard to realize that HellRaisers went for the force buy. I definitely wouldn't have expected that, but there are many reasons why I'm not a professional player. I think that's one of them. Also, I'm absolutely terrible at the game. You can't be a professional player. Be a caster. If you can't be a caster, be a coach. You can't be a coach. Just screw it, mate. To 5 on the ball. NiP taking advantage stance in middle. He finds the kill on Angel. Stico trying his very best with that pop flash, but he didn't realize that Get Right was sitting up on boost. Forrest in the meantime, he finds a kill on Zero over towards the B-bomb site. Deadfox retaliates on Forrest and Freiberg. 3-on-2 situation here, and Deadfox will go down. Bondic, he's now going to be left alone. 1-on-3 situation. Gonna be a tough one for him. Highly doubt that he'll be able to do anything about this one. Not much time left on the clock, but they do manage to type in those digits. Bomb goes down on the B-bomb site. Bondic finds the kill on Draken. Quick retaliation from Exist. 14-5 for NiP. And this is where it gets really bad for HellRaisers. That force buy in the previous round means that they pretty much have to force buy in this one. They decide not to, and I think that's the wrong decision. Especially when you're this far behind. I could accept a buy like this if it was something like 14-10 or something like that. Because then you have a good chance of playing for overtime. This is not looking good for HellRaisers. Really good opportunity for NiP to close this one out. Get Right and Forrest doing quick work in middle. 15-5 for NiP. Saw a lot of you guys speaking in Swedish in the chat. I saw a lot of you guys typing exclamation mark NiP. Get ready to raise your dongers. Do people still do that? I don't know. Get ready to raise the Swedish flag for victory. With that being said, HellRaisers on this round, they still have a decent opportunity to get a few more rounds on the board, but to be completely honest with you guys, I highly doubt HellRaisers will get back into the game. It's gonna be a tough one for sure. Angel on top of the red crate. Bouncing down. Ryberg finds the kill on Dead Fox. It's a good trade. Late on the trade, but trade either way. 0 finds Ryberg. 4 on 3 now. Again, a decent opportunity here for HellRaisers. Get at least another round on the ball. As I say that, Get Right, he finds the kill on Angel. Angel out towards middle. And now, NiP going for some aggression. Forest, he finds Deco in set connector. Bondic, the sole defender on the A-bomb site. Got his work cut out for him. Right, peeking up on highway. Making his way in towards connector. I like to see that Bondic and Zero, they're holding their ground on either side of the map. Zero, he needs to hit some incredible shots over here on the B-bomb site. Already made a bit of noise. I don't think any from NiP heard that. He will find the kill on Get Right. Needs to find at least one more. He doesn't. Forest shuts him down, and it could be all over right now. Bondic, he needs to come up massively for this 1-on-2 situation. Smoke up towards the high grounds. And towards the lower CT as well. Bondic, 1-on-2 up against Exist. And Forest, he's making a lot of noise. Flashbang in towards his position, completely blinded. And indeed, Forest will close it out 16-5. NiP, they win both of their matches against yes, that's the right word. Against HellRaisers. That is gonna be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. I had an incredible time, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I've been looking at the chat throughout the entire evening. I appreciate everything you guys have been saying in the chat. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys next time. Until next time, have a good one. And don't forget, there are still live matches for this final day of ESL Pro League. You can find all information about those matches on hltv.org. For now, that's going to be it for me. Hope to see you guys soon. Till next time, take it easy.